Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips MLB preview show for today, the 23rd of July. What an absolute disaster that was yesterday. We have a good day, so then we have two absolutely horrific days. We are now losing on the season. This is my worst season for about 10 years, which is typical that it comes when I start the YouTube channel, really. Look, I trust the process. I still believe we're going to end up. I'm hopeful that we're going to hit the minimum target of the 100 points profit on the year. Obviously, trade deadline coming up. We'll have a clear idea of who's trying and who's not come August. Let's see where we go. But there are a few plays today. I'm going to start with Oakland and Tampa Bay. Love the Oakland Athletics today. Kendall Graveman is 4-0 with a 2.68 ERA over his last six starts, and appears to have turned a corner. He will be opposed by Drew Smyly of the Rays today, a pitcher who evidently hasn't figured anything out yet and certainly hasn't turned a corner coming into this game. He's 2-11 with a 5.64 ERA this season. His last 9 starts, he's 0-6, 8.03. Oakland have got a couple of hitters in particular that hit lefties very well, so I might look at home runs as well, though the yard isn't particularly favourable for that, so it will need to be a nice price. But the Athletics, I think, can make it back-to-back wins against a struggling Rays tonight, and I think they might do so comfortably, so we're going to look at Oakland on run lines. The New York Mets and the Miami Marlins is quite frankly the premier pitching matchup of the day, possibly the weekend. I've not looked at tomorrow yet, but we have Jacob deGrom for the Mets visiting Miami and Jose Fernandez. Quite simply, they are two of the best starters around. Jacob deGrom of the Mets comes into this game off of a shutout against the Phillies, and Jose Fernandez, who also had a great performance against the Phillies, is also virtually unbeatable at home. He's got an incredible record of 25-1 with a 1.43 ERA in this ballpark. I don't think the struggling Mets are going to score many runs off of Hernandez. That leaves Miami to score lots of runs off of deGrom, which doesn't look very likely. They only managed 2 runs in 7 innings against him the other time they faced him this year. It's rare I'll take an under at this low number. It depends what the price is. I might play the under, but I'll certainly be playing a race to 3 runs neither, and I'll probably play the race to 2 runs neither as well, just in case it finishes 1-0, because that's a nice price. The Milwaukee Brewers are hosting the Chicago Cubs. John Lackey's up for Chicago. He has struggled somewhat on the road. His ERA away from Wrigley Field is approaching 5. Lackey has been in a bit of a funk recently, as were all the Cubs pitchers. He has yet to emerge from his. He will be facing Zach Davies of the Brewers, who has recovered really well from a bad start to the season. He's gone 6-1, 2.95 ERA over his last 13 starts. That is solid. The Cubs lineup is a lot better now that leadoff man Dexter Fowler has returned to the team after the injury, as evidenced by his leadoff home run yesterday to start the game for the Cubs. But even taking that into account, I think this price is too big on the Brewers, even if Miller Field is likely to be invaded by Cubs fans and will feel a bit like Wrigley Light. As Chicago obviously is only just down the road, I've got to play the Milwaukee Brewers in this game. The Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels send Jared Weaver to the hill. He was excellent in his last start against the White Sox with a fastball that actually showed a semblance of life. That being said, you know, the White Sox offense isn't the best around, and he isn't throwing hard. Still, I think he topped out about 87 his last start, and he has had issues against the Astros this year with an ERA approaching 8 runs in the 2 starts he's made against them. The Angels' offense is never one that's particularly reliable. It's hit the buffers since this series started, and now they get Colin McHugh, who is pitching well. Houston have won 5 of his last 6 starts, while he's compiled a 2.41 ERA over those 6 games. He's a 2.84 ERA for his career against the Angels, and I'm going to look for the Astros to wrap this up and get the brooms out and sweep the series. I think they play again tomorrow, but certainly go win this game of the series as well. And the final game I'm looking at is the Colorado Rockies. They're facing the Atlanta Braves at home again today. Tyler Anderson's done a really good job of navigating Coors Field for the Rockies, the youngster, and keeping the walks down. He collected his first win against the Rays at Coors in his last start, despite allowing 4 runs. He did keep the ball on the ground, didn't allow a home run. He's 2-3 with a 3.43 ERA. He's left-handed. That plays well against the Braves, who do struggle more than normal when they face a lefty. Matt Wisler will pitch for the Braves. He is 1-6 on the road this year, and he has started to allow allow some home runs. He's allowed 5 across his last 2 starts. That's far from ideal when heading into Coors Field to pitch at altitude. The righty should play well for the lefty bats of Carlos Gonzalez and Charlie Blackmon at the top of the Rockies order as well. So I'm going to play Colorado on run lines to beat Atlanta handily today as well. Those are the plays I've got for you today. Best of luck if you're having a play, because God knows we need it. Play ball.